Hey guys, I'm RNG Gamer. I play all my games randomly. I was never able to beat the first Metroid on the NES. I tried it a few years ago and I downloaded maps off of GameFAQs and all that sort of stuff, and I just still kept getting stuck over and over and over and over again. So when that happened, I put this game on my wish list and I wanted to make sure that I grabbed it. Canonically in the Metroid series, this takes place first. This is Samus's first mission, or a zero mission, as the game says. She's chasing some space pirates to this alien world and ends up investigating. Bad stuff goes down. She's trapped on this alien planet. She has to upgrade her gear to get out of Dodge. It has the standard gameplay from Metroid, but now you have a map, which is the saving grace. That was the problem with the original Metroid, is there was no map. Now you've got one. It tells you where to go next, which is like a necessity in any Metroidvania. You're still gonna get stuck. I got stuck a few times and chat had to help me out because they're, esoteric and cryptic sections while you find items and abilities and stuff like that, and you don't really know where to go, but this makes it a lot easier. And being able to clearly see where the rooms are helps a ton. It helps so much. This one's really interesting because after you finish the original Metroid segment where you kill Mother Brain, there's an additional portion of the game it has that is all stealth based. Now, as I was playing it, was caught off guard by this, and I found it to be really fun and engaging. Afterwards, doing some research on this game, I found out that people freaking hate the end of this. They don't like the stealth section. I disagree. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I thought it was a nice change up from the rest of the game. Yes, you lose all your freaking power-ups and you feel like really weak, but that's okay, man. That's okay. You needed a little bit more to warrant the idea of making an entire remake of this. Speaking of the graphics and the upgrade to them, this is a really nice presentation. I think it looks great. The graphics are better. They're more colorful. The redone music is just as memorable as ever, but it's more punchy and filled out. I feel like it's got a lot more mid-range and bass to it, and it sounded great in my headphones when I streamed it. I love the music to Metroid, and this is kind of like the definitive way to hear it to me. It has these weird kind of anime cutscenes built into it, and while I did like the idea of the anime cutscenes, they looked a little cheap, I have to say, or amateurish. That's a better way to put it. Not cheap, amateurish. Which caught me off guard because it's like a first-party Nintendo game. You wouldn't expect it to look kind of like some fan art done on a fan page, right? But that's what it looked like to me. And I like that the game controls in this game feel better than the original Metroid, and they feel better than Super Metroid, which I played, a year ago. My complaints about this are the same complaints I have with every other Metroid game I've ever played. And it's that you have these large areas that basically go in one direction. And if you miss an item, you can't backtrack just a little bit to go get that item. Instead, you have to replay the whole section. You have to loop around it back to the beginning and play through it all the way again. And that's really annoying. I don't like that. I wish you could freely traverse the areas you've cleared. There's nothing like going through the effort to unlock some sort of door to get to the next section, and then the door shuts behind you, and then you play through the whole freaking section again, and then you get to the end of it, and you miss an item, and you have to go all the way up through another area of the map and loop back around to the beginning of the area and unlock the door again. It's just, it's so much. It feels like it wastes your time. But really, other than that, and that's like I said, that's in all the Metroids. I don't have really very many complaints about this game. This is a great remake of the original. The additions were welcome and honestly needed. If it had been a little bit bigger and more expansive, I think this game would have surpassed Super Metroid in my opinion, but it falls a little bit short of Super Metroid, I think. I think Super Metroid is still the definitive Metroid game for me, and the best one I've ever played. Now, I have not played the Metroid Prime games, so we'll just leave it with 2D Metroids, but this one's up there. I think this one's in second place. It's still incredible though. So Zero Mission was a blast. I had a great time streaming it. I think all the people watching had a great time with it. It was challenging, but not too challenging. It was expansive, but not too expansive. It felt like the perfect Metroidvania to stream. I would say Metroid Zero Mission is an 8 out of 10. It's a game you really need to play.